Hi, Our here. If you have been following the EvoBoot YouTube channel, you already know that the big strengths of our boots are its versatility and its flexibility. For this last characteristic, the flexibility, the Elastostop Direct is essential. But what is the story behind it? How we got to its development? How does it work? And why we designed it as it is? In this video, I'm gonna answer these questions so you can keep on learning about hooves and boots in general and EvoBoots in particular. I have been a professional hoof care provider since 2010. In Spain, when I began, there was no barefoot movement at all, and nowadays it's still small but growing each year. That means that I have developed my entire career around transitions and pathologies. And as you might know, for those type of situations, boots and glue-ons are essential. This implies that I have worked with and played around all the boots on the market, and I know all their strengths and weaknesses very well. If you analyze them more closely, you will see, as is normal, that all of them use some closing mechanism. Those mechanisms or systems can be basically divided in two groups that has opposite ways of working. On one hand, we have the rigid systems. These systems keep the boot in the horse hoof by oppression and are very good at doing so, but on the contrary, they prevent the deformation and expansion of the back part of the foot, affecting the energy management hoof mechanism to a greater or lesser extent. On the other hand, we have the elastic systems. Due to its nature, they can give space to the deformation of the back part of the foot, but on the contrary, they are not as good as the previous ones at keeping the boot in place in critical situations like fast change of direction or fast change of acceleration. Now that you understand the basics, let me go back to the story. Very early on, Flora and I realized that the ultimate closest system should be an hybrid of the previous two. But the question at that moment was how to create a system that was sufficiently elastic to allow the deformation of the soft tissues of the back part of the foot and the correct functioning of its internal mechanism, and at the same time be sufficiently rigid to avoid the loss of the boot in compromised situations while keeping everything simple and permitting its adjustability. As you can see, this puzzle has a lot of pieces that should match all together. Nowadays, the answer is simple: the Elastostop Direct. But to develop this small piece of the EvoBoots, Florian and I had to think out of the box, did hundreds of failure designs and spent hundreds of hours testing stuff in our facilities and afterwards in the field. When we launched our first product, the EvoBoots 1.0, they came with two different Elastostop-based closure systems. The one that we called Smart Lock and the other one that we called the Elastostop Direct. In the updates and improvements that we have been making on the EvoBoots through the years, we decided to eliminate the Smart Lock and produce exclusively the Elastostop Direct, mainly because its reliability, simplicity, and lower weight, all of them characteristics that we are obsessed with. The fact is that in a single piece we have 5 different structures, each one with a specific function. The holes allow its adjustment through the simple action of changing a screw's position. The perpendicular oval ring is the technology that gives elasticity to the whole structure until it reaches its maximum point, from which its behavior changes and becomes rigid. The material, the plastic material, makes the Elastostop Direct a flexible piece so it can rotate and bend if it needs so. The K closure, what can I say about that? It's simple, easy to use, and super reliable. The handle is designed in a way to permit the easy manipulation of the closing system. Okay, so I hope you like to know a little bit more about why we designed the EVOs as we did, and also that you learned something about your horse's hooves needs regarding the closure system that exists in the market. Please leave your comments and thoughts below, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, share it so your friends can know about hooves, lower legs biomechanics, and boots in general, and EVO boots in particular. As always, stay safe, protect your horse, and enjoy your rides.